is any surprise whatsoever, but the Gremlin 3-speed against the V8 flywheel mismatch clutch assembly thing, not so good. What happened is it worked great. I pulled it out of the shop, it's chattering, and I'm like, well, I got quite a bit of chatter here. Took it around the block, parked it, went to move it after, a couple days later, and won't disengage. My guess is something inside just not good. So, did a little research. Found out that AMC, gotta love them, used Chevrolet transmissions. Ford Warner T-10s, to be exact. And you'll never guess what I had on the floor under my bench. No, well, okay, I do have an automatic, but that was a wrong guess. Look, this guy, who is this guy? Well, anyway, I do have an automatic. Okay, so yep, you saw an automatic, but it's over there, not over there. But I have two, actually. 3, if you count the one out in the yard. And I'm trying not to use those, though, so that's the problem here. But I do have a T-10. The other people got it. I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, I do have one. She's missing a, bolt or two, but she's all there. But here's the other problem. Don't turn. But the Muncie in that Corvette we were working on last year, or this year, or all year, or whatever, also was like this. I bought them from the same person, as a matter of fact, and they were both locked up. So, I am going to do the same thing to this one that I did to the Muncie. And honestly, the Muncie took me about 15 seconds to get it loose. I pulled this cover, all right, 5 minutes, okay, because I had to take the cover off and I had all the bolts. So, okay, it took me a few minutes to get the cover off. Took the cover off, poured some transmission fluid in there, and no sooner did I get the transmission fluid in there, this baby started turning. So, we're hoping for the same on this one. But we're going to pull this cover, see what kind of mess I got inside it. Going to fill her with transmission fluid, and hopefully she'll loosen up. And then this is going in the Gremlin. Yep. It's going in the Gremlin. That's it. I'm going to kind of explain all the problems that we're going to run into. This is the correct transmission for an AMC, behind an AMC. Don't know, it's a T-10, not specifically for AMC. This is just a regular Chevy transmission, but it's the same-ish. It's the same enough. How's that? Biggest issues are going to be these paddles. This I think is a Mopar, so I'm going to have to get some paddles. These things are hardened, so you can't just trim them out or get a burr tool and make them a little bigger so they'll work. You've got to get paddles that work for that transmission. Been online a little bit. Found a couple, trying to find a cheap one. I can buy a whole assembly for $500-ish. Don't want to spend $500. I found one for $69 that had paddles and levers. Paddles and, rods. And it came with a shifter that won't work. But I've got Hurst shifters for Mopars. So this is going to be a Mopar Chevy AMC mixture. First, we got to get her loosened up. Then I'm going to see. I've got a paddle. The kit the used one I was looking at only had 3 of these. So if I get this one to fit, woohoo! I'm good, because this is the reverse one, which is the one that's missing. So hopefully this is going to work. We'll find out in a minute. But going to fill this first. Our first problem is going to be getting her loose. Second problem is going to be getting some rods and paddles. Third, I've got a bracket already I'm going to order. I'm just ordering a regular Chevrolet bracket. I looked online to see what the ones for AMC look like. And if I want to spend $1,500, I can buy them. But for you AMC guys, you're going to love this video. Because I've got her shifters because they came, in Mopars. And I've got Mopars. So I'm going to find a her shifter for a Mopar. I'm going to get the bracket and buying it brand new because they make them for the Chevrolet. But it looks exactly like the one in the picture for the Mopar. For the AMC. Mopar, AMC, well, Mopar did buy them out later. So if I call them a Mopar, forgive me, okay? Because it technically kind of is now. Because Mopar did buy AMC, which no longer exists. But it lives on, shall we say. See if this will fit. going to get the bracket. I'm going to get a Mopar shifter body and arm, and the only thing is it cooks over, so I may have to spend a little money on a shifter handle, but no problem. And we're going to see if we can get her loosened up. And then the next problem we're going to run into is bell housing. I don't think the bell housing bolts are going to line up. We're going to check on that. If they do, wahoo! We'll try that here in a minute because I got a spare bell housing. If that lines up, great. If not, we're going to drill holes. We're going to put this in. We're going to stick it in the back of the motor, right in the back of the motor, so that it's hanging there. And then we're just going to mark these lines, and we're going to just drill them out right there on the car. And so we'll get that lined up. I can buy a clutch for this all day long. I can actually buy the one for that flywheel and then buy the clutch disc for this if they don't make it, or I should be able to buy it with everything for this. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. Things never go as planned, but okay. We're going to try real hard. So that's basically it. So bell housing, clutch disc, bracketry, linkages, ways to hook up the linkages and get this transmission apart and freed up. And I probably need to get some, bolts that are missing because we have 2. So it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's supposed to be 9. What 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And I've got 2, so we might need a few of those too. So I'm going to get the bracket using Mopar shifter, paddle. I got 2 lined up, but if this one don't work, I don't know. I'm going to have to find 3 and spend up big dollars. And clutch assembly, bell housing. We should be good. So hang in there. Let's see what happens. Doesn't work. Actually, I think that's off on automatic. But never fail. 1 Mopar shifter. Hurst. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but probably not. Yeah, get the lighting just right. Hurst. Can you see that? Alright, but it's got paddles on it, which they're most likely Mopar, so we're going to pull one off real quick. See if it fits. If it does, we're doing really good here on my low budget. And to be honest with you, there's days I spend money, and this is not one of them. Things are a little slow around here, and money's not so good. So, but I want to be driving this Gremlin. I worked on it, put enough work into it, and I love the way the car came out. I just need to get her going. So this is my budget way of doing it. Okay, now let's see if this one will go. It's not. Yeah, it looks like it might. Yeah, it looks like it might. Probably need a little Earl. Where am I going to get some Earl to try that out? She's just got some crud and corrosion on her. Maybe we'll just get a little tappity on her. We could even force her down. We'll never get her back off if we do this, but we're going to do it anyway. Probably need to clean it up a little, but let's see what we got going on here. What? I think it's metric. Go figure. Weird. That's just how Gremlins go. I probably should see if I get this transmission loosened up before I go through all this, but you don't care. You're just watching. I do definitely need to clean these off. Jesus Christ. I think somebody may have rethreaded this or something, because it feels like this one's fighting me a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a 15mm wrench to fit this, rather than trying to force things. I'm gonna get some oil too, so hang in there. Oil, it's wonderful stuff. I'm gonna say no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. It's shifting. So good things are happening. Sure, and I'm just throwing stuff now. Now mathematically, wow, I actually said that right. These work because if I measure this, it's 322. If I measure this, it's 325. So, well, mathematically that may not be so well. Could be a little bit of me. There's a burr. There's a burr in there. Yep. Yep. If I get it from the front, it's way small, but if I get it from the back, it's big enough. So, what the deal is I was trying to put it on this way, and it's smaller in the front. I don't know why, but there's a ridge or something on the front here. There, it's tapered, I'm not sure which. So, what I'm going to do, clean this up a little bit, and this has to go on this way to work, which this would not be the one. Oh, there it goes. Well, there you go. Just got to put it on the right way, folks. So that would be it. It does fit. So I've got this paddle. Oh, I might have some paddles, and we can make these rods work. We've done that before. Well, I'm getting pretty excited. So we've got our shifter, and we have our paddles. We have two. I'm sure I can come up with another one. I've got a whole box of them from Mopar's, and that one, I don't know. Maybe this didn't come off of Mopar. I'm going to go see if I have one more of these, and that makes me not have to buy anything. We can just use what we've got right here. I like that. I'm going to need the bracket, which I've already ordered. It was like 30 bucks. Can't beat that. So let's see if we can get her to come loose. Alright, let me get some tranny fluid. Might be a good idea to get these off. I believe they are 7/16. Or am I crazy? Half inch, my bad. Half inch. I'm going to take all two of these out. I'm getting kind of excited. I don't know about you all. I wish I had thought of this before. I thought I was going to get to use 3-speed, which I guess not. But I was kind of hoping. But, oh, look at that. She come right out of there. Oh, and oh, wow. She looks really good in there. There's no ugly at all in this. It's beautiful inside. So I'm thinking that if there's a problem, it's with this bearing right here. Because golly, it's gorgeous inside there. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna let you see that. Let me see if I can just shine a little light in there. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. See that? It's beautiful in there. So, wow. I'm just going to have to deal, I think, with this front bearing is probably my deal. I'm going to go ahead and take this front cover off. Not that it's a bad thing to put fluid in here, because, yeah, none of this wants to move. And that was pretty stiff. So I'm just going to do my original idea and fill her up with tranny fluid. Whatever you do, don't tell my wife. This is Mobile Delvac, full synthetic. This stuff is expensive. And we've had this on the shelf for, a couple hundred years at least. So rather than waste some good Dextron that I can use in the Corvettes, we're going to use this because we don't have a vehicle that this works for. We just got it on the shelf for sale, and somebody will want it as soon as I use it, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. Shh, so don't tell the wife. Oh. Okay, a little bit of a mess here. Oh. That worked. Ah! Well, everything's getting lubricated. Speedy dry! Okay, you guys might be asking why I grabbed Speedy Dry instead of rags. Well, I'll tell you. Because as you can see, I'm making a border here. So that I don't, because this is a wood bench. And if I just start rubbing it with rags, she's going to absorb into the bench and preserve it for like the next 2,000 years. But if I do this, this stuff can sup up cat piss. It should be good for, excuse me, politically correct, cat urine. It should be okay. And Gremlin's old distributor cap, perfect use. I'm a hoarder, I don't throw anything away. As you can see, it's useful. I'll probably throw it away now. But okay, it's not leaking out the front. Uh-oh, look, I'm getting some movement already. So hang in there. Hope you probably can't see. I'm getting some movement. Oh yeah, look at that. Woohoo! Oh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby. Okay, I won't sing because, you know, it's, yeah, because that's why. Anyway, but that's a perfect song for right now. Ooh baby, baby. But there she goes. Just by using my hand, she's free. She's a moving. I haven't tried to shift her yet. Is she moving back here? Oh yeah, she's moving back there. You know, I'm so happy. Are you happy with me? Come on, folks. Are you happy with me? Let's be happy together. Here we go. I am excited. I paid $150 for this transmission. And it's been sitting under my bench seized up for years. I am really quite happy about this. So anyway, alright, one hurdle down. And I'm going to go see if I can't find some more paddles. I need one more. If I get one more, I'm going to look for some rods that might be a little bit more of the right shape. But, you know, I can make these happen. One way or the other, we can make it happen. So, yeehaw! We'll get that bracket in. That's the only thing I could make a bracket. But for 30 bucks, just not worth it. So, here we go. So that I can drain all this out because it's making a mess on my counter, on my workbench here. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. And sometimes if they're being a real pain, I've got this thing on its side, so it shouldn't be too bad. Sometimes they can be a real pain. If you can't get them to sit up straight, you can try a little bit of, you know, petroleum jelly. That'll kind of hold them in place until you can get them to go in. I'm not putting a gasket or anything yet. But I did some measuring and some checking, and the bell housing is not going to work. And that's upside down. because not only are the ears sticking out more than they can, is this bearing is too big. It won't fit inside the bell housing, and the bolts are actually outside the bell housing itself. I could make an adapter plate for that. Come to think of it, I guess I could make an adapter plate for this too. So I guess we'll see just how much it costs to buy the proper bell housing for this. The 3-speed one wasn't bad. I think I paid like $150 for it. So I'd rather not have to spend that kind of money, but if I do, I do. But let's go ahead and see if we can get this to shift. Everything seems to have freed up pretty good. I'll put my 2 bolts back in here. Ooh, don't want to lose that. So, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to release this video or not, because I'm waiting for the bracket. We could probably get the shifter and everything all lined up too. I've got a million other directions we could go with this, but I'll probably release it just so there's something out there. But we're going to do a little more on this. We're going to get as much as we can get done right now. And I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go look, see what a bell housing will cost. And if not, we'll be making an adapter plate. The only problem with the adapter plate is, see how short this shaft is right here? You probably can't. Here, there. Now you can see it. See how short this this snout is? This is fitting inside of your pilot shaft bushing. And, you know, on the Mopars, it's like this long. You can pull them in and out, with adapter plates and what have you. This is short. So if I set this back a 1/4 inch to clear this, that's going to leave only a little bit inside, and I don't know. I'm probably going to be forced to buy a bell housing. We'll see what happens. Or put the automatic in, like the guy in the back over there said. But I can. I mean, automatics are good. I just hate to do that. I really like to keep this car a stick, but if budget allows. It's the only thing about money, folks. If you ain't got none, got to do what you can do, right? So, okay. Well, I guess I gotta get these paddles on here, and I'll go ahead and get those mounted on here so that I can make this happen, and we'll go from there. Alrighty. Now, I got the reverse one to work. You guys remember that, right? That was during this video that just started working. So the reverse one's working fine. And let's see. I think I got to take it. I think it's in reverse right now. So I think I have to go this way. That'd be neutral. Yep, there we go. There we go. That one's good. This one don't want to play so nice. Maybe we turn it a little bit. Well, so far not so good on this one. Come on, baby. Feels loose, but just won't go over the gear. First goes right in. That one goes right in. This one's being a bugger. Well, I think what I'm going to try now is I'm going to take the cover back off, and I'm going to try just giving her a little tap to see if I can get that to slide over. So we're just using brass. This is a brass drift. Just going to give her a little hit. Oh, she's moving a little bit. There she goes. I don't think she's quite all the way in, or is she? She don't want to turn now, though. So I don't know if that's all the way in or what. Ooh, she don't want to turn there. That might be reverse, and that's why it doesn't want to turn. So we may have to get a little more aggressive with it. But let's see if we slide it back over the other way. Well, I wanted to get some fluid on that. Let me see if I can get a clutch to fit that and get a little leverage on here. This is going to be a don't try this at home, folks. I'm going to put a pipe wrench on here with a rag. Let's see if I can't get her to turn here. It's trying to move. I can see it trying to go in. It's trying to put the reverse gear in. That's what I'm looking at, right? It's moving. I just don't know if it's meshing or not meshing or what the deal is. Gonna get a well, it doesn't go. That's strange, because I'm watching that thing move. I don't think it can go any further. Yeah, it doesn't. So I don't. Oh, I see it. It's on that one down there. Okay. And that one's moving though. Not really sure why she's not going anywhere. Yeah, don't try that at home. You might booger those up. But just be gentle. See, it's moving here. I'm going to try knocking her back. And I'm going to splash a little bit of oil up on that. There we go. And we'll knock her back, because it's turning that bottom one. I think that might be reverse, and that might be the problem. Reverse might be a little fussy. We'll keep trying. She's moving. So we can... Yeah, this is definitely a no-no, is banging on the gears, the teeth. I'm just going to give it a gentle... Yep, nope. So I'm going to knock this back. Gently, because we don't want to break anything. And it should go back to, it's turning again. Okay. That's neutral. And everything is turning in neutral. So there's nothing locked up as far as these gears go, so it's just a matter of getting it to completely mesh with everything. So I don't really know. We'll keep working at it. I'm going to try to go the other way now. He's going. Oh, but sure. Here we go. Here it is. All right. That one don't want to turn either. I'm wondering what's going on there. Why? First and second or whatever. Something's... We'll give it a little... Whoops. Little persuasion with the monkey wrench. Boy, she's not good. Messy business, this transmission stuff. Alright, I think I can get them to go back and forth and in now. Here we go. Okay. The problem is getting the transmission to move when it goes in the gears. So let's start with the reverse. See if she'll turn in reverse. Oh, she turns in reverse, no problem. Reverse is a good one. Okay. This should be neutral. She's hanging up, and this is supposed to be neutral, but she's wanting to turn. So, let's see, when I put it in reverse, did it go the other way though? Okay, it's trying to go that way. Let's put it in reverse. And it's going the other way. So that's working. Oh, nope, that's neutral. Okay. That explains a lot. That's neutral right there. Well, I'll be dipped. That might be why she wasn't going in. Okay. So that's neutral. Reverse is working. Now maybe these will move in gear. There we go. Oh, well. Whatever you do, don't put a monkey wrench on the end of your transmission. There you go. Another stupid attack by me. And there we go. Alright. There we go. That gear's good. That gear's good. And that gear's good. I'm going to say that's the 1-to-1, so that must be fourth gear right there. Okay, woo! Well, that explains why it wouldn't move, because I had it in reverse and first at the same time. But this was definitely L stucco. We had to hit it with that brass drift a few times, but we got it loose. Now, she's beautiful. Okay, so we're one transmission in. We don't have a bell housing, however. So I am going to have to look for a bell housing. Hopefully I can find one on Evil Bay. That is decent. If not, maybe just buy a scatter shield. We'll see what we got available. Actually, for an AMC, scatter shield would be big bucks. I think I did see them though. But anyway. Or maybe I'll make an adapter plate to put a Chevy one on there. We'll see what happens. But for right now, the transmission's good. After I did it, and I buttoned her all up again, I thought about it and realized that y'all probably didn't know what I was beating on in here, you know, when I was, hitting stuff. And it doesn't really help you much if I don't show you what I was doing. So basically, the little pulley-like things that this rides on, okay, take this out, and you see this pulley? Well, this goes back and forth from there to there to there, goes across over to here and then over to here. It goes back and forth depending on which gear you want to go into. What I was hitting was right inside of here, And that's why I was saying be careful not to break it, because if you hit hard enough on this edge, well, maybe not this one because it's got all that behind it, but on this one, see how fragile that is? It's only about 1/8 of an inch thick. If I'm beating on that, there's a good chance you could break that off, and then you're in a world of hurt. So that's basically what I was doing, is I just took my little drift and I put it right here, and I was just tapping it over and then tapping it over both ways until she got loosened up. It was actually this one, but because of the lighting, this was easier one to show you on, but they look exactly the same, only there's one in the front and one in the back. And that's basically what I was doing, is just got this all loosened up, and once that was loosened up, she's working great now. I still got the fluid in there, and I'm basically just doing that to get things all nice and lubricated. I'll probably drain this fluid before too much longer, put it in a bucket so I can use it again for the next one. And that's really what we're looking at. You don't want to leave this in here. This is just regular automatic transmission fluid. This is the expensive stuff, but I had it on the shelf. So, but you want to end up putting, in this particular transmission, you're just going to use, I think it's 90/75 or something like that. It's gear oil, big thick gear oil. I'd look up the recommendations for it, which is what I'm going to do, but it's 90 weight either way. And just put that in there before you run her. And right now she's leaking out of the shaft up in the front, probably just because this fluid is so thin. It's probably not a bad idea for me to go ahead and put a new seal in this front bearing, since once it's in, and that's not an easy one to change. So I may actually go ahead and order that seal while I'm at it, and take these, which you can't see. Let me go ahead and show you. Right here. This bearing right here, it's got 4 bolts. If you watch my other transmission video where I replaced the front shaft, you saw me take this off. I'm going to go ahead and order that seal just to have it. And it's really simple. You pull these 4 off. Well, there's a gasket here too I'll replace, which that one's not leaking. It's just this one around the shaft, and that will probably be okay, because the fluid that's going in here is a lot thicker than this, and once you start spinning it and stuff. But why take a chance? And since it's out, because once this is in, this is up inside the back of the engine, so boom, yep, you're not getting it out. Just so you all know, I have ordered the bell housing that I needed, because that one I have won't work no matter how much modification I do. I mean, I could put a spacer plate, but like I said, on the front shaft here, I didn't want to, I didn't want just too little of that in the bushing. So I went ahead and ordered bell housings, $150, not so bad. And so there you go. We're going to go ahead and put this back together, and this will be the end of the project for today. Once the bell housing comes in and that little shifter bracket, then we're going to go ahead and start getting the shifter lined up and getting all that working before we put her in. And then we're going to put her in the old Gremlin. So hang in for that. So y'all don't think I'm a total barbarian. There's 2 shifter levers that I want to use for this shifter over here. This one, which is kind of rusty, and this one. Now, I'm not an idiot. I like this one. But it's the wrong, if you look at this piece here, this is the difference. The ends are different, and the type of end that this particular shifter takes is the type that's on this one. I could make this work if I have to by shimming it, because this one's supposed to have bolts in it right here, and the other one kind of pops in and a little clip catches on this little hole right here. So this is the right kind. They're both offset, which is necessary for this application. And this one may not work, and this one may, we'll have to see. But I'm going to plan on using this one just because it's the proper one for the shifter. And just so y'all don't think I'm a complete barbarian, I'm going to go ahead and paint on this, just so, I'm going to do a little rusty metal primer. I love this stuff because she's rusty. So we don't want that coming back out. So we're going to go ahead and put some rusty metal primer on it. And then when I'm done with that, we'll put some black paint on it and be done. working on the transmission instead of the vent because of all the rain I get. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear me. That's rain. That's why I'm not painting on the vet today. But next weekend looking promising, so let's keep our fingers crossed. I hope you enjoyed this video on the transmission for the Gremlin. I hate to admit that the Gremlin mismatched clutch thing failed, but it did. But this gives me an opportunity to do another transmission swap and show you all how to get that done. So, if you got a locked up transmission sitting on the floor in your shop, don't throw it away. We can make it work. And you know, rusty parts, we can make them pretty again. So, I'm going to conclude this because I can't even hear myself think, so I can't imagine you hear me either. I apologize for the rain, metal building, you know, lots of noise. But thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I guess that's it for today. Y'all have a great one.